What's up, Celtics Nation? James Anderson here, bleeding green. First off, stop the presses. We just hit the 700 subscriber mark. Our community is getting massive, and a huge thank you to every single one of you strengthening this channel daily. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and smash that like button so we can chase down 1,000. Today's video is urgent. I've got a scorching hot rumor that could be the definitive solution for our front court issues, and on top of that, a dramatic twist with a rival that could shift the entire Eastern Conference landscape. Is a trade on the horizon? Stick around until the end because the market is on fire. Let's keep it real here, Celtics fam. Life without Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, and Luke Kornet hasn't been easy. I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. We love the effort from Neemias Queta. The kid has stepped up in an absurd way, taking on responsibilities no one expected this early. He's improved his overall game. He's battling down low. But when we talk about contending for a title, about facing the monsters out west, or even conference rivals in the playoffs, we need more. We need that anchor, that big man who instills fear just by stepping into the paint. And that is exactly where the front office might be preparing a masterstroke that could turn our season completely around. The rumors have heated up in a way we haven't seen for months. The name of the hour, the one making the league's back rooms tremble, is Ivica Zubac. Yes, the LA Clippers center. Think about it. The Clippers started the season struggling. Steve Ballmer might be considering hitting the reset button, and Zubac is undoubtedly one of the most valuable assets they have in hand. According to analyst Brett Siegel from Clutch Points, the Boston Celtics have emerged as an interesting and very likely destination for the Croatian. And this isn't just empty speculation, there is market logic involved. Zubac isn't just a stopgap, he is elite. Last season, the guy finished 6th in Defensive Player of the Year voting, and made the NBA All-Defensive second team. We're talking averages of nearly 17 points and 13 rebounds, shooting almost 63% from the field. That is exactly what we've been missing. Now hold on to this strategic piece of info. To bring in a guy of this caliber, we need to give something up, right? And here's where the scenario gets fascinating. The report points out that we have a piece the Clippers covet heavily: Anthony Simons. Simons is in the final year of his contract, and a trade involving him and some draft picks could be the perfect package to convince Los Angeles to release Zubac. Imagine the rotation. Zubac arriving to be the absolute starter, the defensive wall, allowing Neemias Queta to take over the second unit, where he would dominate against opposing reserves. We'd solve the size issue and still maintain defensive intensity for 48 minutes. Brad Stevens knows championship windows don't stay open forever, and bringing in a center who protects the rim and finishes well could be the missing detail to get us back to the top. But hold on, because if the trade market is agitated for us, what's happening in Milwaukee could change the entire destiny of the NBA. And while we're here dreaming about Zubac's defensive wall, the basketball world stopped on Wednesday night with what went down in Milwaukee. It looks like the injury bug is biting hard, and what we saw at the Fiserv Forum could be the beginning of the end of an era for one of our biggest rivals, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak who has been our headache so many times went down, and he went down hard. On a non-contact play, running back on defense against the Detroit Pistons, he felt his right calf and collapsed. Anyone who follows basketball knows a non-contact leg injury is any athlete's nightmare. He had to be helped to the locker room by teammates and didn't return. The initial diagnosis is a calf strain, but the tension in the air is way bigger than just a medical issue. The context here is explosive. The Milwaukee Bucks are sitting on a mediocre record of 10 wins and 13 losses, fighting just to stay in play-in territory. There are strong reports from ESPN that Giannis and his agent recently had serious conversations with the front office about his future. Doc Rivers, as always, tried to put out the fire in the press conference, saying for the 50th time that Giannis never asked for a trade. But let's read between the lines. Celtics fans, when a coach needs to deny something 50 times, it's because where there's smoke, there's fire. The injury now adds a massive layer of complexity. Will Giannis force an exit? Will he opt for a slower, more cautious recovery, sitting on his contract until he's traded to a team that's actually competing for something? Since the Bucks seem lost? For us, Celtics, this is music to our ears and a warning bell at the same time. We have a showdown scheduled against them next Thursday, and it's very likely we won't face the Freak. But looking at the league's chessboard, if Giannis is truly available on the market, everything changes. Our team building strategy needs to take this into account. If he goes to a direct rival, we have problems. If he goes west, the path in the east clears up. And of course, there's always that little wild dream. Is Brad Stevens monitoring this? With so many teams in the conference lining up in case he asks out, Boston needs to be attentive. The injury might have momentarily lowered his market value. Or it could be the final pretext for him to say enough. We are watching the Eastern hierarchy crumble in real time, and Milwaukee's misfortune could be our fuel to dominate the conference once and for all. To wrap up this madness, on one side, we have a real chance to fortify our paint with Ivica Zubac, a move that would put us back on top defensively. On the other, we see the Bucks empire crumbling with the injury and dissatisfaction of Giannis. The stage is set for Brad Stevens to shine. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Is trading Anthony Simons for Zubac the right championship move? And regarding Giannis, should the Celtics just watch or try something historic? Drop a comment below. I'm reading everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's go Celtics.